What's going on, everyone? Today I'm going to give you my ride experience on this all new design from Rollroad. This one's called the Leon. Here's some quick specs. The Leon bike rides on 20 by 4-inch Innova fat tires with a pretty aggressive looking tread pattern. It's a dual motor e-bike with a 750 watt Bafang pseudo motor in the front wheel, which is fed by a 23 amp controller, and a 1500 watt Bafang pseudo motor in the rear wheel, which is fed by a 32 amp controller. It has a 52 volt 20 amp hour battery pack in the frame and another 52 volt 20 amp hour battery pack underneath the seat, giving you a total of 40 amp hours of battery capacity. The front suspension is an inverted double crown fork with compression adjustment. The rear suspension has dual coil springs that also have adjustable air reservoirs on them. Up front is a large headlight and turn signals, and in the rear you have a tail light and brake light with turn signals integrated in. The Leon comes with a rear rack, and this one's actually shown with the optional rear trunk that Rollroad has available for purchase. The brakes are 180mm Zoom hydraulics, and this is a single speed bike, no mechanical gears. You have a twist throttle on your right hand, and your left hand controls the signals, the horn, as well as the display controls. To power on the bike, you need to turn on the batteries first, then press the power button. Then you'll need to either enter the passcode or swipe the NFC card for the display to turn on. You've got 5 levels of pedal assist, and the power delivery is controlled by a torque sensor, meaning the harder you push on the pedals, the more power it gives. The set button on the control pad allows you to toggle between the 3 drive modes, which are rear wheel, front wheel, or dual motor mode. The Rollroad Leon has a seat height of 34 inches and weighs about 125 pounds with both batteries installed. Now that we got the basics out of the way, let's get to the ride experience. Number one question people always ask me when they see me out riding is, hey man, how fast does that thing go? Let me show you. All right, nice long straight stretch. Let's try a top speed run. Dual motor, pedal assist 5, full power. We're up over 30, 35. I mean, I got there pretty quick. Accelerates nicely. 37 on the bike, 35 GPS. It's kind of holding right there. I don't think there's any more in it. 34, 35 GPS, 36, 37 bike. If I duck down or if we go a slight downhill, I'll probably get a few more miles an hour. Well, there's 36. Well, there you go. I mean, well, 38 on there now. I don't know if that was true or not. It didn't feel like 38. I'm gonna say, you know, the 36 range is probably what this bike's capable of. Easily. I mean, it got there easily with the dual motors. So it gets up to speed quick and it just kind of holds. But that's plenty fast for a bicycle. We got a downhill coming up here. Let's do a little downhill speed test. So 36, 34, 36 going in. There we go. 47 on the bike, 44 GPS. I mean, this thing moves, man. 48 on the bike, 45. What? 46. Wow, that's impressive. I mean, downhill, but still, it's not that big of a downhill. We're holding 40 on the flat now. Yeah, this bike has got some good speed, man. All right, let's show you what the brakes are like here from the mid-20s. We'll do a controlled stop. Very, very nice. Actually, that was pretty smooth. Really easy to control it with the brakes. They're not like overly sticky, but they got a decent bite to them. And you can also skid the back tire like anytime you want. You can lock them up if you need to. You got to pull pretty hard to do that, but I like the brakes. I don't know what brand they are. There's no branding on them, but I haven't had any complaints on those. They've worked smooth. They stopped me. They haven't been like squealing or anything yet, so good experience with the brakes so far. Now, I will point out that this bike arrives to you as class 2, meaning it goes 20 miles an hour max. I went in the settings and unlocked everything for testing purposes, and as you saw, fully unlocked, it'll go about 35, 36 miles an hour on flat ground, and if you're on any kind of downhill grade, you can go 40 plus miles an hour really easily. So great speed, more than enough for a bicycle. Very pleased with that. And it also gets up to speed pretty quickly as well. Here's a look at some accelerations. All right, we got the drone flying, so you guys can see a side shot here. I'll show you the acceleration. Let's do just the rear wheel first. So rear wheel, 3, 2, 1, go. It's a decent little takeoff. I mean, stronger than your typical 750 watt, obviously, because we have a bigger motor in the back, and we got 52 volt batteries, so some good power going into it. 32 amp controller on the rear wheel, I believe. Now let's show you a dual motor takeoff. It's gonna be a lot stronger, and I've been riding it pretty much exclusively in dual motor. You can do just front motor if you want. All right, you just use the set key to toggle. Here's dual motor, 3, 2, 1, go. It's definitely stronger. It's not a wheel spinning burnout crazy strong. It's just like a grippy strong takeoff. This one's really easy to drive in all-wheel drive. I just did that U-turn in all-wheel drive. Let me do another all-wheel drive U-turn for you here. There you go, under throttle power. To me, that's a sign of the good all-wheel drive, when it doesn't like spin out from under you. Look at that. Let's put it in a spot where you can see this. So the wheel turned, hit the gas in all-wheel drive. It just grips and goes. I love it. Perfect. It's super easy to drive. You don't even need the other drive modes. I just keep it in all-wheel all the time. Here's another launch. 3, 2, 1, go. Good takeoff. I kept the Leon bike in dual motor mode almost exclusively. It's really easy to drive in that mode. The front end doesn't spin, it doesn't get squirrely on you. It's a nice controlled, powerful launch off the line. The only time I really got wheel spin is if you're on loose terrain, you're on dirt or gravel, or if you are launching from a stop and you're pointed uphill, then you'll get a little bit of wheel spin. But the power delivery I thought was great, and that actually really translated into great hill climb power as well. Take a look. Okay, time for the hill climb test. We time all the bikes on this hill, see how fast they go up. Your average 750 watt bike will do this in like 22 to 25 seconds. This is a 52 volt dual motor bike. This is gonna be in the teens. So let's give it a go and see. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Wow, actually a little bit of wheel spin off the line there. Climbing really fast, holy cow. This is crushing it. Wow, and time. Woo. That was great. That was great. Man, I mean, 14 seconds, 15 seconds, somewhere in there maybe? I don't know, that'd be my guess, but that was really strong. Wow, great hill climb. That, no pedaling for me. I'm 180 pounds. That's what it's pulling up the hill. That was solid. That was some strong power. Now it's time to try our steep hill climb test. Believe it or not, I've had bikes that were dual motors that failed on this hill. It's kind of like a wall right here in front of you. This one's got good power. I'm gonna start it right on the hill, right at the base of the hill. No run into it, because I think it's gonna do it. But here we go, let's see. Full throttle, no pedaling. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh yeah, just digs its way. That front wheel kind of spinning out, digging with those strong knobby tires. That was great. Great power in this thing, man. Do it one more time here. Let's actually just do it mid-hill. See if you can just pull me out mid-hill. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. They could get some traction in this dry. I can't get some weight over the front end to pull me up. We're in the dry grass of August right now in North Carolina. But yeah, a lot of times a bike will get on this hill and the motors just outright fail. They don't have the torque to even spin. And this thing just digs and claws. So good power on the all-wheel drive here. No problem up this hill. Throwing grass all over me. Just crushed that timed hill climb test. One of the faster bikes up that hill. But what I really liked about it was when you got the motors under some serious stress, like at the top of that really short, steep, grassy hill, the motors didn't give out on me. A lot of all-wheel drive bikes, when I try to do that hill, you'll feel the motors bog down and then the clutch kind of gives out and they just stop. This one didn't stop. It had enough down low torque to pull me out of there. When it got to the top and it slowed down, the wheels actually just broke traction and started digging and spinning and clawing and pulled me completely up the hill. Not all all-wheel drive bikes will do that. This one, I've been on a lot. This is one of the stronger ones. But now remember, that steep hill test was done with me at 180 pounds. If you're a much heavier rider carrying a whole bunch of cargo, you're probably gonna be able to overwhelm these motors easier or quicker than me. Now, if you're wondering how you might fit on the Leon bike, here's some sizing info. All right, let's show you what it's like getting off and on this bike. Super easy, step through, love it. I love the step through frames. This makes it so easy to get off and on the bike. Seat height is like 34 inches roughly. It's like 33 and a half in the front, 34 and a half in the back, depending on where you sit on the seat. And I got the single person seat on. I'm 6 feet tall, I got pretty long legs. I have a 34-inch inseam. But it's really easy to get off and on the bike. I think that's a big thing. People have a hard time swinging their legs over these giant e-bikes. This one, it's 20-inch wheel, but it doesn't feel like a small bike. Good comfy seating position for me. I like it. I like it. I mean, like, this one speaks to me. It's just so convenient. With the case, the carrying case, I got all my stuff in here for all my camera gear, drones and speedo thing and bag and everything. I love the top case. I love the top case. When I used to commute to work on my motorcycle, I had a top case on my motorcycle. This is so handy, but it is heavy. This is a heavy bike. I'm gonna turn the pedal assist down so I don't accidentally hit it, but 130 pounds on my scale for this as it sits with the top case and everything. So if it's a bike you got to lift, like, yeah, you don't want to lift this on a regular basis. You don't feel it at all when you're riding it. It doesn't feel heavy at all. You go to lift it, it is super heavy, but that's to be expected. You got front motors, back motors, battery pack, top case. It's a big, heavy duty, sturdy frame. So dual springs in the back, all those suspension components, they add weight. Double crown forks, the big bars, the giant headlight, it all adds up. It's a heavy bike. I don't know, I really don't mind it though. To me, this isn't even like a bicycle. This is like an around the town errand running bike. So how are you gonna use your e-bike, I guess? But I also want to show you this. This is how you take the batteries out. There's a key slot over here on this side. Turn it and then you pull the battery. And it kind of sits down in this trough right there. Which the old version, the Emma, it slid in from the side. I like this better where it sits down in this cage here. There's no risk of it like falling out ever. But yeah, big battery pack, 52 volt, 20 amp hour inside the frame right there. And it just pops right in like that. In the rear, underneath the seat, same thing, 52 volt and 20 amp hour. There's a key slot. So we got the key in the key slot. We got to kind of hold the key and turn while we pull these right here. There you go. And again, this was super handy. The old Emma, it was so hard to get the battery out, but this one has these big metal pull bars on it. It makes it so easy to remove it. Slides back in the same way. Okay, we're on the track and slide in, click it in, and then don't forget to turn it on right here with the little power button. You got to hold it down for a few seconds and then it'll turn blue and you're good to go. You got power. Really easy for me to fit on this bike at 6 feet tall. And I didn't pedal it much, but it wasn't crazy uncomfortable to pedal. It's just with the single speed, once you hit 20 miles an hour, your legs are spinning pretty fast. So I didn't pedal it a whole lot. It was mostly throttle only for me while I was riding. And the only other thing I'll mention is, you know, the seat's like 33 and a half here, 34 and a half here. It's like 34-inch seat height. I know most e-bikers want to be sitting on the seat with their feet flat on the ground. That's how they're comfortable. So you got to think if you can do that on 34-inch seat height, you probably have to be, depending on how long your legs are, 5'5" to get a lot of your foot down, 5'6" maybe. Now, if you're someone who does want to pedal a lot, you're going to want to know this bike uses a torque sensor. Here's a little bit more on that. Okay, here's what pedaling looks like. I don't know if people are going to pedal this a lot. I haven't pedaled it much at all. It looks like a little mini motorcycle, and that's pretty much how I've been riding it. Just throttle only. You got those two big battery packs to use. Might as well use them with the throttle, right? Now, I don't think this is a bike that you're probably gonna pedal a whole lot. You can, like, it's not uncomfortable to pedal. Just, I'm a little bit cramped. I got long legs. It has a torque sensor, so it's keeping track of pedal pressure to engage the motor. I'm in pedal assist 5 right now, and you can really, it's really sensitive. It's one of those torque sensors where it really, really matches your pedal pressure. I'm gonna start from a slow roll here and push hard, and you can see it kind of take off, and hard. You can probably hear the motor engaging as I'm adding force to the pedals. So it's, if you're not applying an even force, you kind of get the but if you just keep a constant pressure, it's a smooth acceleration. It kicks right in, man. The torque sensor works good. I like torque sensors. Not everyone likes torque sensors. This one functions really well. It's really sensitive to pedal pressure. You know, but with a bike with no gears, there's only one gear. I mean, it's nice at low speed, but here I am going 23 miles an hour and I'm pedaling, you know, faster than I want to be pedaling. So you kind of lose feeling after 20 in the pedals, where your cadence is so quick you don't really want to pedal much anymore. But it does make it nice at low speeds because you can be in pedal assist 5, have all the power at your disposal and just pedal like this, where I'm only going 8 miles an hour. The motor's engaged and all of a sudden I want the power. Just push a little harder. Here we go, and we're off. Again, probably the style of bike where you're going to see a lot more throttle use, but the torque sensor was nice at lower speeds and the comfort was good too. Here was my experience with the suspension. Suspension. Fork feels good. The rear suspension feels really good too. Got the dual springs in the back, so it's pretty soft. All right, this road's got a few speed bumps on it. Let's test out our suspension here. We're gonna hit it like 26 miles an hour. Wow, that was pretty nice actually. It didn't really rattle all that much. All you heard was the one thud of the thing I got floating around in the trunk. Here's another one. Right here, hit the high spot. Wow, all right, that's pretty comfy actually. I mean, the fork does a good job. The rear suspension with the double springs does a really good job too. Let's go down this way. This is the only off-road thing near me right now. I don't really think this is an off-road bike. I guess if you had to cut through some places like this, you could. Jeez, this grass is long. Can't see the ruts. I noticed the wheel spins a lot more when you're pointed uphill, like I am right now. But these tires, I like the tires. I may have to buy some of these tires for my other bikes. They are aggressive tires. I mean, there's way more than needed power right now. Way more power than I need on this. Yeah, so this is a slight uphill right here, and just crank the throttle. That front motor kicks in. We're doing a burnout. It's just clawing and digging its way. Oh man, this is a powerful bike. This is a powerful bike. So probably wouldn't be the first choice of bike for a really serious off-road rider, but if you're gonna ride trails or dirt roads, take it hunting, ride it around your property, I think it'd be great for that, honestly. I'm gonna keep it mostly on the streets. That's where I do my riding, and you know, city streets, the suspension made for a really smooth ride there. And it's adjustable to an extent. You got a compression adjustment on the fork here, and then the rear springs, they have also this like piggyback air chamber here that is an adjustable air pressure inside there. So you can adjust the suspension to an extent. Now, while we're talking about comfort, Rollroad also sent me their 2-person seat. This is something they have for sale aftermarket where you can have a longer seat, carry a passenger. Also comes with the rear passenger pegs, which bolt onto the frame right there. Now, I chose to keep the single person seat on because I found it to be much, much softer. It's just a different density of foam in this seat. It was a lot firmer, so I found this one to be more comfortable. I went with the single person seat, and when this bolts on, everything behind the seat here, this rack and this luggage trunk, everything just kind of slides back one bolt hole, allowing room for the seat. So you've got that option if you plan on carrying passengers a lot. But I went the single person setup because it just felt softer. And being on the seat for a long period of time, it starts to wear on you a little bit because it's not very wide. It's only about 4.5, maybe 5 inches wide. So it just puts the pressure on your backside in a different way. And speaking of long rides, let's talk about the range. Here's a little bit of information on the type of mileage I was getting. Definitely keep up with traffic on this one. How long will this power last? That is the question you want to know. How about stability at 30? I mean, you can let go, it doesn't go anywhere or wobble, that's good, right? Let me try pedaling. It's hard to pedal past 20 though. Now this will be tricky because the cadence sensor is really, or the torque sensor is really touchy. Because it's really sensitive to pedal pressure. It's harder to do it and no hands. Just keep your hands on the handlebars, people. Yes, loving the power in this thing. It's the same comfort and convenience of the Emma bike from Rollroad that I reviewed before, but with way more power. Jeez, man. Mid-30s is so easy, and then once it gets enough running room, you're at 40, man. All right, it's gonna die down now though. This is a long hill out of here. See how much it slows down. It's still strong. Still very strong. Holding 30 is easy. Okay, it starts getting a lot steeper right here. I'm guessing we're dropping down into mid-20s. Actually, it did way better than I thought. I mean, 28 was the lowest. Wow. I thought it was going to drop way down more than that. That was great. Okay, we are 27 miles into the range test. 27 miles of pretty much high speed riding, like 30 plus miles an hour out on the country roads. And we've gone down to 51 volts, so probably about half battery maybe left after 27 miles. We're gonna do the hill climb again, see how much it slowed down. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Still a great takeoff. It feels a little weaker, not much. This is still just crushing it. Wow, time. Oh yeah, I mean, it's still got phenomenal power after 27 miles of just kind of all out riding this thing so far. All right, so that's about 33 miles of just holding her wide open. And we're at 49 volts. I like doing range tests this way because it shows you kind of the, you know, the worst number. I know that companies don't like to see that, but I want to know what the minimum number is on the range. And also, it tests, I think, the durability and do things overheat. You know, that's always one thing I want to know. Controllers overheating, batteries overheating. Let's touch the motors and see if they're hot at all here. Oh, that one's ice cold in the back. The front is barely warm. So this thing's not heating up at all after 33 miles of just all out on this thing, 30 plus miles per hour. I can't really touch the controller because it's inside the box there, but no overheating, no errors, no issues. It's just killing it, man. I don't even think I need to take this thing to totally dead batteries because I never ride more than 20 miles at a time anyway. So I've just gone 33 miles full blast and I still have 49 volts. That's probably about 45% battery remaining. All right, so we are 36 miles into the range test. We're still showing 49 volts. Here's how much power we got. Fantastic power. Still really good power. But I don't think I'm gonna ride any further. You get the picture. I've gone 36 miles all out on this thing, dual motor. So if you're gonna do that, you're gonna ride all out, dual motor mode, you're gonna get probably in the 50s, 50 miles or so. So I put in 36 miles and still had 40% battery remaining. And that was hard riding. I mean, I was out on the country roads doing 30 plus miles an hour for a lot of that. No pedaling, dual motor mode, kind of full throttle. I mean, I was not conserving battery in any way. And it had way more battery capacity than I will typically use in a day. You know, there's a lot of factors that go into range, and everybody's range is going to be different, but you have a lot of battery capacity to burn through on the Leon. All right, so here are some of my final thoughts on the Leon bike. Great power, good speed, great range. I love the tires. They weren't overly loud, but they look really aggressive. It kind of makes it look really tough. I do like those Innova tires. What else? Very useful bike with the trunk option, the possibility for the 2-passenger seat option. Find that very useful. It's heavy bike, 130-pound bike with the batteries installed. It's really heavy and good features. It's got a torque sensor, the NFC security thing. You got turn signals all the way around. Some good features. All right, well, there you go. That was my experience with the all-new Leon bike from Rollroad. I'll put a link to this bike in the description so you can find it easily if you want to check it out further. I'll also include any discount codes they give me there for you as well. And hopefully you found this video helpful, informative. If you did, consider hitting subscribe on your way out. I'll see you in the next one.